Okay, so this is going to be, it should be quite a quick making of the behind the scenes of my new short film that's coming up any minute. Is called Kathleen Kennedy Destroyed My Childhood, this little thing, and I'm just going to go through the process of how I made it. Yeah, so let's jump into it. So I I started off with some outtakes of a video that I had from a while ago, from a video I did ages ago that I just never used. I called this guy Anorak Man, just having a general rant basically, and there was a little segment in it that I really liked, that I thought, you know what, it'd be a good experiment to do, to work with mouse shapes. Is primarily what I wanted to do here, was an exercise in rotoscoping, and I haven't used the frame by frame rotoscope in the Moho, so I thought, you know what, this would be good. I can capture this, I'll rotoscope the mouth, it'll give me an idea how long this takes. I'll have a good idea to price up for future jobs, and it will make a good animation ultimately as well. My plan is, with my new channel, to produce an animation or release an animation every 2 weeks, which is kind of nuts. So with, Moho gives me the opportunity to actually do that, so I'm quite excited about it, and I figured that at the very least in 6 months I'll have a whole bunch of videos, and it will improve A, my animation, and B, might get me a job, and you know, maybe some people will like my journey or want to follow my channel. So you know, it all works, I think. Anyway, so I cut this down to roughly what I wanted, and then exported it. It waffled on a little bit. In the end, I only ended up using like 2 minutes, whatever of it. There's no storyboarding on this. I just went hell for leather and did it. So I imported this into Moho, and you can see I put it in the background, and basically what I did, I traced one frame just to get it done real quick, of the basics, like the head and the main body. I hadn't done the arms at that point. Let's just get rid of the arms at that point. So I just did this, and then what I did, I went frame by frame on the mouth. So Moho has this frame by frame feature, which works very much like TV Paint, Clip Studio Paint, whatever. And you can create a frame by frame animation. And all I did was literally just find the frame I liked the best. Click on here, new frame, which kind of like created like a freeze frame in which I could draw over the top. And I used that frame as the basis of my animation in general. So it's a really quick process, and I was like, this is sort of cutting corners maybe. Some people might think it's cheating, but it's I wanted, as I said, like my focus was frame by frame animate. My focus was frame by frame animation, and specifically mouth movement. So I've done that. Then what I decided to do, what I needed to do, is actually work on the mouth. And you can see here, each of these I animated on 2s, which is every other frame. This is a 24 frame animation, and so every little dot is a keyframe that I hand drew this mouth on. I started off doing something else actually originally. Let's call it up. Let's see if I can call it up. It should be some of my previous workings. I started to actually rotoscope the glasses frame by frame, which was taking me ages, and I thought that's just stupid because they're solid. I don't need to animate them frame by frame. So what I decided with the glasses is that I would just create one frame and then move the pair of glasses around manually. But what I did for the mouth, I started actually animating the mouth. Wow, you should be here. Why are you not showing? Ah. Ah, yes, there we go. Sorry about that. Right, let's get rid of the glasses then. So I started creating A shape for the mouth, and then I was moving frame by frame the shape of the mouth, kind of following basically what the mouth was doing. But I actually found that slow. Now you would think it would, once you've set the points, you just move it around to where you want it to be pretty quick. But actually, because I'm using a computer that has a touch screen and I use a pen with the screen, it was actually quicker for me, and I found that out very quickly. Maybe not quickly enough after doing, how many frames did I do of that? After I did about 300 up to 384. Moho is obviously doing the tweens in between, so I'm just doing the key poses and Moho's doing the tweening. I decided that yeah, that was not the way to go. It would actually be quicker if I just completely and utterly did the actual mouth animation by frame by frame, just draw every single frame. And saying that out loud sounds completely crazy, but you know what? It was faster. It was better. I liked how it went, and it was a really good exercise. In that, if we scoot over here, so the whole animation was about 4,000 frames, a little under 4,000 frames, right? So yeah, all of those dots are hand animated, and it's just the mouth, but it did take a day or two to do, of just sitting in front of the telly and just constantly doing mouth shapes. But I think it turned out much better. They got a much better look to it. I could inject a bit of character to it, and it was really grand. And initially, the critic, I was thinking, well, I'm going to do the critic's head as well. But then I realised, actually, what I'm going to do is make the critic invisible, because A, I don't have to do hands, and then B, I don't have to do a head. And actually, it sort of ties in with the whole theme of the rant, was that on YouTube and Instagram you get all of these basically invisible critics, or people that go online and just say how much they hate a thing, and they make a whole career out of hating on something rather than just going to watch something, better. If they don't like something, I don't understand why you're watching and complaining. Go watch something else. And I thought, yeah, I'm gonna use it to make a comment on those guys. As you can see, the whole process is very organic. It's not I'm going to set out to do this. I kind of decide along the way what to do, at least with this project anyway. And because I'm the only animator on it, it's really great. I can do that. I can change my mind. I can do whatever I want. The next thing with the animation, once I had the mouth movements done, was moving the glasses around, and the glasses were very, very simple. The glasses were literally just a shape, and you can see here the keyframes, and I manually went through and repositioned, and there's a perspective warp tool there as well, so I could move it that way. Now I could have done it quicker. I could have just outputted the glasses and tracked the glasses motion and position in Fusion, or you can do it in After Effects or Nuke or whatever, and it would follow the mouth shape and it would turn perfectly according to the mouth. But I wanted it to be animation, and I wanted it to have the feel of animation, and I realized if I did it manually, that it would bring in the errors that I would inherently bring into my animation. So that is why there's a bit of sloppiness, but I wanted that sloppiness because I wanted it to feel hand-drawn. And I've got to say something right here about the line tools in Moho. I have a very sketchy style. I can do very clean if I want, but I like the sketchy messiness in my drawings. If you've seen my stuff I've done in Procreate, I really like kind of like a sloppy, scratchy pen. And I do that in the real world as well. I really like what I call messy artwork. And there are brush tools in Moho which allow you to actually attach a brush to a line. You can create boils, jitter, etc., etc. So in the end, with the main body, even it's basically one drawing. yes, it's layers. The shirt has its own layer and blah blah blah. There wasn't intention that I was going to animate it more than I did, but in the end, I found that with the boiling lines, once I got that right, and with a little bit of movement for breathing and a little bit of moving from side to side, I could create the illusion that it was more alive than it was. Anime, that would just be static, but I spent the time, probably not advisedly, actually moving. Again, these are keyframes, moving the actual body around as well. Oops, sorry, not very good with the trackpad. To create the movement, and I did that with the puppeteering thing. Really, I gave it a couple of passes and stop and start in some places and fix a few things up, but it's kind of like mocap, really. And I've spoken about it before, but basically what Moho allows you to do is grab a layer or a bone, and whilst that is still selected, hit the play button, which is on my keyboard space, and it will actually record any movements you do to that layer or that bone. So you can effectively puppeteer that channel, and it creates a real naturalistic, real feel to it. And sometimes it's quicker, sometimes it's not. So yeah, I think we're a couple of days in at this point. And then I thought we were pretty much done. I put a background, I put a background over there. I thought, okay, we're good to go. That's all I need. And then I realized that in the dialogue, you can hear me slapping my hands together, and it's not something that I could avoid. I could go back and re-record the dialogue, but it has such a freshness to it, and he's such a maniac, this character, because I literally, you can tell I made it up on the spot, that I decided what I should do is create arms. And then was like, okay, so he's waving his hands about what's making the slapping sound, because he seems to be obsessed with Kathleen Kennedy raping his childhood. I thought, well, it's got to be a dildo, right? It's got to be holding a dildo. And dildos are funny. I don't know why. They just make me laugh. And I thought, what better than a big, giant dildo for him to be waving around? And it would be a good test of the physics in Moho. So Moho's got physics, and you can assign physics to the actual thing itself, the dildo itself. See what I mean? Like, I'm so childish. Yeah, so you select what you want. Let's go to the dildo. Sorry. Bone. Where's the bone? Oh yeah, okay. Put everything on the same level, which is a bit kind of crazy. Let's reveal the bones. So you can see I just put 3 bones, and they're very basic. The base bone where the invisible hand would actually be wrapped around is not moving, but the rest of it is. And it's very easy to set up bone dynamics. It took a lot of dicking around to find exactly the physics of the thing, exactly how I wanted the dildo to move. So it had a certain weight to it. I wanted it to wobble like something that was just solid rubber, basically. And I think I got pretty close. Yeah, so I did spend a lot of time searching the internet, and there's some scary shit out there. Like, there are some dildos that look like aliens that apparently people love, and just weird looking animal penises and stuff, and just weird shapes. But I went for something that's fairly innocuous. And of course, then I started thinking colour. What kind of colour can this be? It probably can't be flesh tone. I had to go through YouTube's terms of service to see if I could even get away with this, and I'm still kind of unsure. I guess we're going to find out soon. So yeah, so that was done. I rented it out. I rented it out as layers, actually. So here's my file structure. Go to my renders. That's the one I did. So I rendered them out separately. The dildo separate to the body. Technically separate to the background as well, but only needed to do 1 frame of the background. And then what I did, I brought it in, and created a fusion composition comp with it. And what I actually did, I probably didn't need to do this, but I was unsure about what colors I wanted to use. So I gave everything its own color, so I could actually very easily come in and just color correct the dildo, you know, choose what color I wanted it. I'm quite happy with the body, but I could have done the same thing with the body as well. And then the background, I can change the background as well, because YouTube likes something a bit more colorful. I mean, I had it basically blue before, something like that, and I thought, whilst I liked the look of it, it wasn't bright enough. And yeah, once it was set up, it was really easy just to go through and just try different combinations of color and see what's what. I mean, like I think nearly ended up something like this. I still quite like the purple, but maybe by the time the video finally comes out, it will be a slightly different color to what you actually see in the background. But I'm pretty sure I basically came back to exactly where I started at. I'm already thinking that's better. But you know, a nice colorful background. The algorithm loves color. People love color as well, and it's sort of got like a, after I put in some rays and a bit of vignette in, it just messed it around with it a little bit. It sort of has like a Rowan and Martin laughing sort of look to it, a very sort of like 60s TV show look to it, which I'm like, you know what, it's happy, it's innocuous, it's a nice, I'm fine with that. And yeah, and then literally I just render it out and job done. Audio wise, I literally just took the audio from here, copied it over, put it underneath. I just did the usual stuff.
Bang for everything.
Pardon me, let's lower the volume. And yeah, a little bit slow here because obviously it's not rendering. And so yeah, and then I changed the name because I can do that because it's my film. You know what I mean? So that's it very, very quickly. I don't know if there's anything else that you want to see. Comment your comments in the comments, and for the next one I'll do that as well. The hardest thing was the arms, was getting the arms to move right, because I didn't actually start off, and this is the thing, I didn't start off with the intention of doing arm movements. So the puppet was not really properly set up, so the arms are separate from the body, and these shoulders don't move, and if I was to do it again I would make the shoulders move. I'd have a whole assembly, but as it is, the arms kind of move around very, what's the word, slapstick. Like clearly you can see here, if we zoom out, you can see they're just cardboard cutouts, right? Like see, I would have all this down here animated next time, but you know what, I have a 2-week deadline, and I just want to get it done and out, and get it ready. And you know, part of me still likes that blue background, so I might end up being blue. So I'm always change my mind. Oh, for the other arm in there. Yeah, it was a little bit difficult just getting the arms to move how I want. I'm still not happy with the arms per se, but I quite like the character. In the process of making this little short film, I've created another character that I'm going to use again. I've got some other ideas. Maybe this could become a thing, like the invisible critic can complain about some more stuff. Maybe go on a panel with other people who hate, you know, Star Wars and Star Trek apparently, but make a living out of complaining about it. And, you know, maybe he can have his own little show at some point. Anyhow, that's it. I don't want to show you anymore because you're going to have to watch the video. The video will be coming out on Wednesday or Thursday. I haven't decided which is the best day for me. So I'm thinking Thursday is probably best. But I don't know. I don't know. I can make up my mind. I'll let you know anyway. But it needs to be regular, doesn't it? Releasing everything every week. Thursday's probably good because it seems more controversial than Wednesday. Wednesday seems like a boring day when you say it comes out on Wednesday. Thursdays seems like an edgy day to me. I think I'm conning myself into releasing it on Thursday. And that will be the release day. But we'll see. We'll see what the algorithm has to say and what you guys have to say. Anyway, peace and love. Be good to each other, and thank you for watching. Oh, always forget this: like, share, and subscribe. All that fancy stuff. And if you want to get some merchandise like 3D printables, t-shirts, mugs, all that crap, there's some stuff up on my website that you can download. And ciao for now.